Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr. Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. And that
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Pack coming up next.
The hype and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by the ninth-year starter out of Fresno State, Derek Carr. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his car on third down. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
When you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, and he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Rashawn Gary, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Shotgun now for Carr. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right down behind center. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Buying all the pressure, too great, and he goes down once more. Rashawn Gary, that's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope it didn't come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon from 17 yards out. And the Packers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
We're still in the 1st quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that makes the score 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Robert Tunyon capping it all off on the touchdown grab. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Carr. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Kenny Clark able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on. And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And he is not going to get the first, but remember, it was only 1st down, so a bit of an odd play, and it results in 2nd down. And look at this, the punt team is out there. Somebody better give them the memo that it's 2nd down. And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And that'll be incomplete. But remember, crazy situation here you don't see often. Not 4th down yet, so they will keep possession. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Able to find Lazard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now Jones. And the 2nd effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And his pass pass, incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing now is Carr. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 21-0 our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 65 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Now, Abdulah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr going to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on first down as Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw, it's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And this is going to result in another. Tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. His throw incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over.
Touchdown! Allen Lazard! And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. He's got it at the 10. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Midfield, here's Carr. stride complete. Rodgers looking to throw. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shot. At the oh, he fakes a spike. Under pressure now. Sack back around the 8. Super Bowl champions.